Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News. Fans, after taking a break for the 2024 TV season, Bachelor in Paradise is back next week. The show made some big changes, including bringing in a new showrunner. Scott Teedy steps into the role of showrunner and executive producer after the behind-the-scenes shakeups in the franchise. Scott Teedy has also been put in charge of the next Bachelor season. A new head honcho isn't the only change with the spinoff. Bachelor Nation fans wanted to see a golden Bachelor in Paradise. Instead of airing two separate shows, ABC combined the young and old cast into one supersized season. Bachelor in Paradise also made a huge change for Season 10 to address safety concerns regarding the contestants. Keep reading for all the details. Reason for limiting alcohol. Season 4 of Bachelor in Paradise abruptly stopped production after reports of alleged sexual misconduct involving contestants Karine Olympios and Demario Jackson. There were concerns that Karine had consumed too much alcohol and couldn't consent to the act of intimacy she had with Demario. An investigation cleared the show of any wrongdoing, and production continued without Karine and Demario. Karine has since taken full responsibility for the incident and said Demario Jackson didn't do anything wrong. However, Bachelor in Paradise implemented a drink limit after the scandal. Contestants are allowed 2 drinks per hour, but according to Wells Adams, contestants have a way to get around the drink limit. Huge Bachelor in Paradise change amid safety concerns. Alcohol isn't the only safety risk for Bachelor in Paradise contestants. The show made a huge move from filming in Mexico to filming in Costa Rica for Season 10. One reason for the change was that the contract with the resort in Mexico expired. But there was another reason for the new location. Sources close to the show told the U.S. Sun that the safety of the cast was another factor. As regular viewers know, the accommodations at the resort in Mexico left a lot to be desired. The rooms where the contestants stayed didn't have AC, leading to several medical issues due to the heat. The Mexico resort did not have air conditioning, and there were some close calls and big scares due to the heat, mixed with alcohol and all the emotions of the show that they wanted to avoid, the insider revealed. They added, once they decided to bring the seniors on, production made it clear to find an exotic location with AC. It was a non-negotiable. In addition to air-conditioned rooms, the contestants will have access to a private pool. There will also be a new but familiar face joining Jesse Palmer and Wells Adams. Hannah Brown joins Season 10 as Paradise Relations to hand out drinks during the rose ceremonies and offer advice to the contestants. Do you think the new Bachelor in Paradise season will be better without overheated and cranky contestants?
The waves may still crash on the shores of Sayulita, but Bachelor in Paradise will never be the same again. Season after season, the tropical spin-off of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette has delivered scandal, romance, heartbreak, and more than a few unforgettable rose ceremonies. But behind the margarita-fueled makeouts and sand-covered proposals, whispers of safety concerns have long stirred beneath the surface. And now, after a string of behind-the-scenes incidents reached a boiling point, producers have made a massive, game-changing move that has stunned the cast, the fans, and even former Bachelor and Bachelorettes themselves. This is the story of the Bachelor in Paradise shakeup that changed everything. Trouble in Paradise. It all began on day 3 of filming. The cameras had barely started rolling when production came to a sudden, eerie halt. I heard someone yelling from the beach, recalled Matteo Lujan, who had worked with the franchise for 4 seasons. It wasn't just drama, it was fear. That scream belonged to Leah Parker, a fan favorite from Joey Graziati's season. Just hours after her arrival in Paradise, Leah slipped while descending a flight of newly installed beach stairs, landing hard on the rocks below. The fall left her with a fractured wrist, a concussion, and an urgent medevac to a nearby clinic. It should have been an isolated incident, but it wasn't. Over the next week, 3 more cast members, 2 women and 1 man, were treated for heat exhaustion. Multiple contestants reported jellyfish stings, One producer suffered dehydration so severe they fainted mid-interview. But perhaps the most frightening moment came when a rogue wave swept over the sandbar during a beach date, nearly pulling Bachelorette alum Ellis Marino into open water. "I thought I was going to drown," Ellis later admitted on a podcast. "All I could think about was that this wasn't how I was supposed to go." The meeting that changed everything. On day 9, Jesse Palmer called an emergency meeting. Cast and crew gathered in the central palapa, murmuring nervously beneath the thatched roof. "Something isn't working," Jesse said, voice somber. "This season was supposed to bring love, not danger." The executive producers, some of whom had been with the show since its inception, sat stone-faced as a risk management representative laid out the facts. The combination of increasingly erratic weather, high tides, and infrastructure wear had made parts of the beach set unsafe. A decision had to be made, and fast. With only half the cast even introduced and no roses handed out yet, the producers made a bold call. Paradise would relocate. A new location, a new beginning. The announcement sent shockwaves through Bachelor Nation. Paradise was moving, for the first time in franchise history, to Hilo, Hawaii. Gone was the familiar Mexican beachfront resort. In its place stood a lush Hawaiian estate overlooking a black sand beach. A custom-built cabana replaced the palapa. The ocean, while still within sight, remained at a safer distance. The new location boasted upgraded medical facilities, eco-friendly accommodations, and strict hydration protocols. Cast were now required to wear slip-resistant footwear on set. Lifeguards were stationed near every water activity. But fans had questions. Was it still paradise? Could the magic be recreated in a new land? The answer came quickly and unexpectedly. The twist that saved the season. To reignite excitement, producers unveiled a twist never before seen on Bachelor in Paradise: the second sunset. Each week, not only would there be a rose ceremony, but also a second chance. One eliminated contestant per week would get to return immediately, chosen by America's vote via the Bachelor Nation app. That person could bring someone new into paradise with them. "This wasn't just about love anymore," said returning contestant Brandon Wyatt. "It was about strategy, redemption, chaos. And it worked." The second sunset twist gave new life to romances cut too soon and sparked jealousy like never before. When Leah, now recovered from her injury, was voted back in on week 4, she arrived with none other than Aaron Clancy, shocking both her ex and the audience. Old flames, new fireworks. Back at the Hawaiian villa, romance bloomed quickly. Former villain Zoe McGrady, whose manipulative ways once divided fans, showed surprising vulnerability this season. She found a genuine connection with firefighter Alex Russo, and the two became the heart of the show, until a stormy night changed everything. On day 18, a freak lightning strike knocked out power across the set. Production paused again. The crew scrambled to evacuate high-risk areas. But what no one expected was what Zoe confessed in the dark. "I'm pregnant, and he doesn't know." Cameras weren't rolling, but the audio was captured. The next morning, Zoe was gone. Her departure was blamed for medical reasons, but rumors flew. Did she leave voluntarily? Was she pressured? 3 days later, she returned, only to find Alex in the hot tub with newcomer Jade Miller. The confrontation became the most watched Bachelor in Paradise clip of all time. With thunder rumbling in the distance, Zoe stood on the deck, tears streaming as she whispered, "You promised me sunsets." Paradise under fire. As ratings soared, criticism grew louder. Fans accused the show of exploiting Zoe's pregnancy reveal for drama. Former contestants spoke out.
Even Raven Gates, a BIP alum, posted a since-deleted tweet. Safety first, always, but emotional safety matters too. Don't forget that, at Batch Paradise. Producers responded with a rare press statement emphasizing the show's new psychological safety protocols. A licensed therapist was now on site full-time. Contestants were given mental health check-ins twice a week, and for the first time, a safe space lounge was added, a private, camera-free area for cast needing a break. But was it enough? Not for everyone. The scandal that almost shut it down. Just when things seemed to stabilize, an anonymous Reddit post alleged that two contestants, whose identities were redacted, were involved in a late-night altercation that turned physical. The post went viral. Within hours, Bachelor Nation sleuths were connecting dots. It took 3 days for production to confirm the incident. 2 cast members were quietly removed. Neither appeared in the finale. The scandal threatened to derail everything the Hawaii reboot had accomplished. Sponsors threatened to pull out. ABC execs considered shelving the show entirely. But Jesse Palmer had one last card to play. The live finale that redeemed everything. In an unprecedented move, the Bachelor in Paradise finale aired live for the first time in franchise history. Broadcast from the Hawaiian set, the finale featured a live proposal from Brandon to nurse Kayla Reese, who had entered on day 22, a tearful reunion between Alex and Zoe, with Zoe confirming she had decided to keep the baby, and a stunning reveal that former Bachelor Greg Gallus would be co-hosting next season's Paradise alongside Jesse. But the biggest shock, Jesse confirmed on air that Bachelor in Paradise would stay in Hawaii for good. The beach may change, but love, connection, and second chances will always belong in paradise. Life after Paradise. Months after filming, the stories continued. Leah launched a wellness podcast called Fall and Rise. Zoe McCready partnered with Planned Parenthood to advocate for reality TV cast mental health. Alex Russo issued a public apology to Zoe and pledged to co-parent. Brandon and Kayla got married in a sunset ceremony on the same Hawaiian beach. But perhaps the biggest transformation wasn't in the cast. It was in the show. What began as a panicked response to safety concerns became a full-fledged rebirth. A new era of reality romance. Bachelor in Paradise may have been born on the beaches of Mexico, but in its newest chapter, it found something deeper than sand and surf. It found responsibility, resilience, and real change. Fans now tune in not just for love triangles, but to watch people grow, heal, and transform. The days of unchecked chaos may be fading. In its place, real love, safer sets, and stories that last long after the final rose is handed out. So when next season premieres under the golden skies of Hawaii, one thing will be clear. Paradise isn't just a place, it's a promise.